Greetings, today, we will explore a new concept together. My aim is not to suggest that one fund is superior to the other. It is important to note that consistently switching funds may not yield the best results. One year may not maintain their status the following year, their performance can fluctuate. Therefore, is it feasible to change funds annually? The answer is no. Funds, it is essential to consider additional parameters beyond their historical performance and the ratings provided by rating agencies. What are these parameters? I will elucidate them in this video today. This video is part of a series dedicated to explaining mutual. If you have arrived at this video directly, please note that I have previously uploaded 4 videos in this series. I will include a link to the playlist of those 4 videos here on this button. After viewing this video, I encourage you to watch those videos to gain a clearer understanding of the concepts discussed. Additionally, I will provide a bonus tip at the conclusion of the topic. This bonus tip between 1,200 rupees and 3,000 rupees monthly in mutual funds for 20 to 30 years, they will become a millionaire. Alternatively, some suggest that investing 5,000 rupees will also lead to millionaire status. But do all investors truly become millionaires? If so, why have none of the individuals in our vicinity achieved millionaire status through mutual funds? Such doubts may arise at any moment, correct? Let us commence our weekly financial program. In order to choose the most suitable mutual fund, it is essential to take into account numerous factors. It may prove challenging for you to evaluate all these factors. Therefore, in this video, I will endeavor to clarify the major key parameters in a manner that is easily comprehensible. The first factor we must consider is identifying the category of mutual funds in which we should invest. By selecting the category that aligns with your specific needs, such as your financial objectives and your risk tolerance. I will present this information in a straightforward manner. For instance, if you require the funds you invest within 1 year, the most appropriate category for you would be debt mutual funds. Conversely, if you plan to access your investment after several years and are not concerned about short-term fluctuations, then equity funds would be the suitable category for you. It is crucial to understand that when investing in mutual funds, it is vital to know the purpose of your investment, specifically which financial goals you are aiming to achieve. By understanding this, you will be able to select the appropriate category of funds and invest within the correct time frame. When examining mutual funds, one can observe various categories available. Uncertain about which category to choose based on your investment horizon, I am here to simplify the process for you by presenting some images. In these images, I will illustrate 4 distinct examples from each category corresponding to different time frames. This will enable you to easily identify which category is best suited for you based on your investment timeline. Let us consider 4 examples. Depending on your risk profile, you can select your investment within 1 month. Which category do you believe would be most suitable for you? As illustrated in the accompanying image, overnight funds will remain consistent. Should you aim to retrieve your investment within 3 to 6 months, the ultra short-term funds category would be the most appropriate choice. Therefore, based on your investment timeline, I will present images here that indicate the suitable fund the explanation of each fund category, as I have previously detailed them in the other videos within this playlist. For further information regarding any specific category, please refer to the corresponding video for more comprehensive insights. Furthermore, all the images I will display here are intended for your benefit. They will prove invaluable in the future when determining which fund category to choose. Images of the debt, hybrid, and equity categories. These 3 category images will be shared in our Telegram channel, organized by buckets, allowing you to download and reference them later. A link to our Telegram channel is available. If you are not yet a member, please click on the link in the description box to join. You can download the images from the Telegram channel. This means you can select equity funds based on your risk tolerance. You can also choose equity funds according to your investment timeline, specifically the duration aligned with your financial objectives. Here, I will indicate which equity fund is suitable for a minimum investment period of 5 years. If you are considering investing in small cap funds, please do so only if your investment horizon exceeds 10 years. It is advisable if your investment period in the small cap category. It is important to note that while I am suggesting a 5-year investment period, this does not imply that you should withdraw your funds immediately after 5 years. You should invest for a minimum of 5 years with your financial objectives. You can adjust your investment to a time frame that is most suitable for you. Conversely, if it does not align, you will observe 555 for this category, but they will be next. What accounts for this appearance? In images, the risk is presented in a sequence where it begins at a lower level, then increases slightly, and continues to rise incrementally. It is essential to recognize this risk. Furthermore, I am excluding sector funds from the equity category of funds in this discussion, as choosing sector funds necessitates a tactical decision, which in turn requires substantial knowledge of the investment and mutual funds market. Therefore, it is advisable to avoid sector funds whenever possible. Next, I will present the risk and return timeline image for hybrid category funds. Take considerable time explaining so I will skip it for now as it is pertinent. I will share the images on the Telegram channel for your convenience, allowing you to easily comprehend the information upon viewing them. In this initial step, after identifying the category that aligns with your financial goals, the subsequent step is to choose the fund that best suits your needs. While selecting a fund, I recall a common inquiry from many individuals: please recommend the best mutual fund. I consistently respond with one key point: there is no such thing as the best funds. The truly best funds are those currently available in the market, specifically the consistent ones. Allow me to clarify this further. The top performing funds this year may not maintain their status next year, and they might not even rank among the top 10 funds. I will illustrate this with an example in this photograph. Do you recall that? Perhaps you do not remember this cricketer, Karan Nair, who achieved a triple century in the third test match he played, which occurred not long ago, in 2016, just 3 years prior. However, following that match, he scored a triple century in that game, and thereafter, due to his inconsistent performance in the matches, he was dropped from his team. Do you recall him in the image provided here? You will remember him, correct? In fact, even if you are not a cricket follower, you will still remember him. Who can forget Virat Kohli? Virat Kohli has yet to achieve a triple century in the test matches he has participated in thus far. So how is it that you can recall this despite his lack of a triple century? The Indian captain has stated that his performance remains consistent. It's crucial in the long run. Therefore, consistency. Similarly, the fund you choose should not be a fleeting success. If that fund demonstrates consistent performance, you will earn substantial returns over time. I do not intend to undermine any player here. I have used this example to clarify your understanding. What does it mean for funds to perform consistently? Let us consider a straightforward example. After selecting a category, imagine there are 100 funds within that category. Among those 100 funds, the one you have chosen ranks in the top 50 across various time frames, such as 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, etc. If it ranks in the top 25 across these time frames, that is even better. Therefore, select 5 funds from the chosen category based on your financial objectives. Once you have selected these 5 funds, it is important to note that they are managed by a fund manager. Thus, we must also evaluate the performance. For instance, suppose a fund manager oversees 5 funds. Out of these 5, 1 or 2 are the top performers in their category, while the majority of the others are underperforming. It would be wise to avoid investing in the funds managed by that particular fund manager. Conversely, if a fund manager is responsible for 5 funds and 3 or more of them are top performers in their category, that is a favorable situation. It is advisable to invest in a fund that is managed by a competent fund manager. Once you have chosen this fund manager, it is crucial to understand the specifics of the fund house. Why is this significant? Imagine that this fund manager has received a superior opportunity. They may transition from one fund house to another. If the fund manager associated with the fund you have chosen has moved to a different fund house, it is essential to verify whether the fund house. Additionally, it is vital to ascertain whether that fund house can recruit a fund manager of comparable quality or even a more qualified one, as well as to evaluate its financial stability. By applying these two criteria, you will likely eliminate 2 or 3 funds from the 5 you initially selected. Following this evaluation, the next factor to consider is the standard deviation. What does the standard deviation signify? For instance, let us examine 2 funds. Fund A yielded a return of 14.5%, while Fund B achieved a return of 15%. This indicates that Fund B outperformed Fund A by 5.5%. However, if the standard deviation of Fund A is 10 and that of Fund B is 15, it would be prudent to choose Fund A, as a lower standard deviation indicates reduced risk. Therefore, the standard deviation. The subsequent parameter to assess is recent performance. Regarding recent performance, I would like to pose a question. If you are a cricket enthusiast, do you recall which team won the inaugural One-Day World Cup? It was the West Indies, correct? Are you aware of the current rank of the West Indies team slightly above smaller teams such as Afghanistan, Ireland, and Zimbabwe? Thus, while it is beneficial if the fund you select has demonstrated strong past performance, it is equally important to evaluate parameter to consider is the expense ratio. The expense ratio represents the fee that the fund begins to impose for managing the selected fund. Therefore, if the expense ratio of the chosen fund is low, it may not be advantageous for us. For instance, consider 2 funds. Fund A has a slightly higher expense ratio, while Fund B's expense ratio is marginally lower than that of Fund A. However, Fund A outperforms Fund B even with a slightly higher expense ratio. It is preferable to choose Fund A. Before concluding, it is important to note that I received a low return. If you believe that the entire process described thus far is quite challenging, then opting for an index fund may be a better choice. Now, let us turn our attention to the bonus market. Many individuals claim that by investing gradually over the long term, one can achieve substantial returns. Is that correct? Indeed, they assert this. So why have those around us not attained millionaire status? Let us uncover the truth regarding this bonus chip. Now, let us perform a calculation. Assume you invest 3,500 rupees each month in an equity mutual fund for 30 years. Typically, when examining the Sensex returns, the historical average return is reported to be 50%. I believe that numerous mutual funds. However, for our calculation, let us adopt a more conservative 12% return, which is lower than the Sensex. Thus, if we calculate based on this, you would accumulate 1 crore 7 lakh rupees after 30 years. Generally, the market's calculation operates in this manner. Many individuals, when we refer to nearly 90%, assume that the money they have invested will appreciate annually in a linear fashion at the rate of 12%, as illustrated in the accompanying graph. Following this growth, they expect to receive the total amount they invested with limited understanding belief that even if growth does not occur in a linear fashion, it will still progress by fluctuating up and down, as illustrated in the graph below. However, upon closer examination, the actual movement will be up, down, up, down, up, down, and finally up, as depicted in the graph here. Consequently, if there is a negative return in 1 year followed by a positive return in the next, and then will reflect this pattern. While it may appear straightforward in the graph, undertaking this journey, regardless of whether it spans 20 or 30 years, can be quite challenging in practice. In reality, very few individuals can endure negative returns and persist with their investments to achieve successful investment behavior. This is the primary reason why 99% of people struggle with equity investments. Many mutual funds delivering favorable long-term returns, only a small fraction of those around us have successfully built wealth through equity mutual funds. The process of investing in these mutual funds is relatively simple. Moreover, With the emergence of online platforms in recent years, investing has become even more accessible. Investing itself is not a complex endeavor. However, it is crucial to maintain sound investment behavior in real time. Even if you adhere perfectly to all the guidelines I have presented in this video, lacking good investment behavior will hinder your ability to achieve substantial returns from equity-related instruments, including index funds. Thus, it is often said in equity investing that the proportion of individuals with the appropriate temperament among the remaining investors, there are primarily two categories of individuals who profit from equity investments: those who forget about their investments after making them, and those who pass away without informing their dependents limited about understanding belief that even if growth does not occur in a linear fashion, it will still progress by fluctuating up and down, as illustrated in the graph below. However, upon closer examination, the actual movement will be up, down, down, up, down, and finally up, as depicted in the graph here. Consequently, if there is a negative return in 1 year followed by a positive return in the next, and then will reflect this pattern. While it may appear straightforward in the graph, undertaking this journey, regardless of whether it spans 20 or 30 years, can be quite challenging in practice. In reality, very few individuals can endure negative returns and persist with their investments to achieve successful investment behavior. This is the primary reason why 99% of people struggle with equity investments. Many mutual funds delivering favorable long-term returns, only a small fraction of those around us have successfully built wealth through equity mutual funds. The process of investing in these mutual funds is relatively simple. Moreover, with the emergence of online platforms in recent years, investing has become even more accessible. Investing itself is not a complex endeavor. However, it is crucial to maintain sound investment behavior in real time. Even if you adhere perfectly to all the guidelines I have presented in this video, lacking good investment behavior will hinder your ability to achieve substantial returns from equity-related instruments, including index funds. Thus, it is often said in equity investing that the proportion of individuals with the appropriate temperament is quite small. Excluding them, among the remaining investors, there are primarily two categories of individuals who profit from equity investments: those who forget about their investments after making them, and those who pass away without informing their dependents about objectives in mind, but then circumstances arise that lead you to withdraw your funds due to various reasons or market fears. It becomes evident why very few individuals can truly create substantial wealth through equity over the long haul. Allow me to emphasize one point here. Whether you are an astute investor or not does not significantly impact your success in equity investing. However, lacking to build real wealth in this domain. If you do not possess the time, knowledge, or, most importantly, the proper investing behavior to adhere to the entire process outlined, it is advisable not to invest in equities, as doing so may result in financial losses and limited wealth generation. Nevertheless, equities remain a viable asset class. Therefore, if I aim to reach my financial objectives in the long term, to engage a competent financial advisor. Make your investments solely through this advisor. If the individual you consult claims they can recommend the top-performing mutual funds, it is prudent to distance yourself from them immediately, as only two types of people can predict the best-performing funds: those who say, God forbid, there will be others. The financial advisor you choose should be someone who consistently helps you on the correct path. You have observed the mutual fund selection process in this video. Thank you very much for watching this video.